Hey guys! So today I thought I would talk about how I graduated college in 3 years with a bachelor's degree. Typically it takes 4 years or sometimes longer depending on how you go about taking your classes and stuff, or if you take time off, whatever. So for me, going into college, I hated high school. So I had the mindset that college was going to be exactly the same as high school, and I did not want to go. My dad really forced me into going to college because he put the idea into my head that if I didn't get a college degree, there was no future for me. Obviously, graduating college, I know now, like, when you are applying for a job, it is more so about experience. They might require a bachelor's degree or whatever type of degree for certain jobs, but more than anything, it really is about your experience. I loved going to college. I wish I still would be there. In a way, I'm happy that I graduated early because this year would have been my graduation year. I don't even know how to explain. Like, I feel so bad for people that are graduating this year because it really sucks. So basically, I finished high school in January, so I didn't have to go back to school for the last couple months because I had finished all my classes early. My mindset going into college was that I wanted to do the same thing that I did in high school and graduate early. So my plan was to just graduate a semester early like I did with high school. As I was going through college, I'm like, I could probably actually cut this down to 3 years. And that's what I ended up doing. The main thing I did in order to graduate early was taking classes in the summer and winter sessions. I was trying to save money when it came to my tuition and everything. Me and my mom were paying for my college, mainly my mom. So I wasn't really getting any funding other than like student loans that obviously I'd have to pay back. So I didn't get a free ride into college. I was paying, I'm still paying, and that's the tea. So I have this little booklet from 2016 that I got for orientation. On this one page it has scheduling tips. I did not read this because I think I would have remembered. It basically just tells you about your classes and when you should schedule. For me, every semester I was making sure to take the, what do they call it, the medium, the average amount of credits, which was 15, which is also equivalent to 5 classes, because typically each class is worth 3 credits. So 5 classes might seem like a lot to some people, but for me, that's what I wanted. I wanted to make sure that I was staying on top and not going to fall behind. As you can see here on the back, I wrote, this was my freshman year. So my freshman year, like the first semester, I had history, world politics, art history, fashion merchandising, just like the basic class, science, and then I had like the lab. During orientation, I met with this one lady. I was the only fashion merchandising major there, so I talked to her like one-on-one, which was kind of nice. So she told me that she wanted me to at least take one class with fashion merchandising just in case I decided it's not really what I want to do, and just kind of give me background about the major. I would recommend taking at least one class that is related to your major and then finishing all of your gen ed. So this is a paper that my academic advisor would always give us for when we were going to schedule classes. After school started, I went in a couple days later and met with my academic advisor, which I definitely made sure I was up her ass with everything, because when it comes to college, like, your professors aren't there to really guide you. So if you have a question about your major or classes or graduating, your professor is there strictly to teach you on what their class is. They're not going to know anything about whatever it is. Your academic advisor, that's literally their job. It's basically like a guidance counselor almost, if you have one of those in high school. I wanted to make sure that I met her. So this just showed all the classes that I needed to take in order to graduate. The total credits I needed to graduate was 120. In the summer, I was taking an English class, and then the following fall, I was taking the next English class and then getting that out of the way. So my recommendation to you guys would definitely be meet with your academic advisor and talk to them about like what your options are. If you want to graduate early, or if you would like to cut your semester down. And obviously, if you are extremely busy during the summer, if you're whatever have going on, then maybe it's not for you. So I was taking anywhere from 3 credits to 9 credits during the summer, and then the winter, I only did 1 winter and I only did 3 credits, which is 1 class. The reason that I took less classes in the winter is because the winter session is only a month long. For IUP, winter session would be from December 17th or something until January 22nd. So it was only a month long of time that you would have for the winter session. And I think unless you got an override, you could only take 3 credits. And obviously summer, I think they split it up into 3 different sessions. So there was more time because it's basically 3 months, a month per class, so you had more options. The main thing that I did, I was always planning ahead. I'm very psycho like that. I like things to be planned and I like to know when things are going to happen. I recommend to do that. If you know you're going to have a meeting with your academic advisor, if you're going to be scheduling classes, look at the classes online and find out what you want, because if you go there like, oh, I don't know what I want to take, they can just randomly recommend a class that you might not be interested in. For instance, back to this paper, I mean, just reading, public speaking, I know I would not want to be in a public speaking class, so that's why I went into a journaling class, because I'm like, I don't gotta talk. They could just come up with a schedule for you that you might not even want, or a class that you might not be interested in. And I feel like it's easier if you have things planned out. So I technically graduated in August of 2019, but since it's the summer, school is not in session technically, I was able to go to the May graduation. But walking up on a graduation stage, I did not go to my high school graduation. I hate to be dramatic and be like, I have a fear of that or something. Oh yeah, I knew ahead of time I was not gonna go to the graduation. So they mailed me my diploma. To be honest, graduating a year early, just seeing how much money I have to pay back in loans now, I figured this could probably save me a couple $1,000s. But the way I look at it for me is that I lived like 4.5 hours away from college. The time traveling back and forth, my mom coming to visit me, buying like groceries and stuff to live in my dorm, paying for a meal plan, paying for textbooks, paying for all that other stuff, I feel like graduating early and doing most of my classes online actually saved me. When you think about it, okay, here we go. So to give you guys an idea of how much, so like estimated books and supplies, $1,100. Fees is $2,938. Estimated meals, because girl gotta eat, $3,452. Estimated personal expenses, $1,788. Housing expenses, $8,592. I lived in the dorms every single year, so $8,592 would be for 1 year, like $4,000 per semester to live in dorms alone. Subtract almost $9,000 from doing online classes because I'm living at home, I'm not living on campus or in the dorms. Transportation is $500, which is pretty accurate, or maybe even more, because my mom, like, I'd have to go home for like holidays and stuff. Tuition is another whole expense. Like, in reality, I probably did save money. It's just, at the time, it didn't seem like I was saving anything because I still was paying like thousands of dollars to take these classes. But I know also I would have been taking out loans and stuff, because girl, that total that they were giving us for that whole year was like $26,000. I don't have $26,000. That's gonna obviously just go on a loan because I don't have that type of coin to pay. If this is something that like you would be interested in doing, I would just recommend planning everything, seeing how many credits you need. Also see like what you're able to take, because some classes you have to take another class before you can take that one. They call it like a prerequisite. It's required that you have to take Math 1 before you can take Math 2. If I was going to college for free, I would have taken 10 years to get my bachelor's. Like, I would have been taking one class each semester. But when you're paying for it, you really just want to get it done. That's how I did it. Let me know if you guys are in college, going to college, not sure what you're doing. The biggest takeaway is that there is no rush. No matter how many years it takes you to finish it, that is up to you. If you guys enjoyed this video, if you have any questions, let me know, and I'll see you next time.